Picture yourself in Jamaica, the late 60s, a time when a musical revolution was about to take the world by storm. Get ready to dive into the reggae journey. In the heart of Jamaica, a tale of music, rhythm, and revolution began to unfold in the late 1960s. This is the story of reggae, a genre that would soon dominate the country and captivate the world. But like any great saga, reggae had its roots firmly planted in the past. It emerged from the rich soil of earlier musical styles, ska and rocksteady. These genres were the offspring of the Jamaican folk pop music of the 1950s and early 1960s, a time when the island music scene was slowly coming to life, gully lively precursor of reggae, danced to an upbeat tempo, its essence carried by a prominent bass line and the triumphant blare of brass instruments. It was a musical jubilation, a celebration of life. Rocksteady, on the other hand, was the slower, more contemplative sibling of ska, a rhythm that invited introspection. Reggae, the hero of our story, had its signature in the rhythm that pulsed like a heartbeat. The offbeat was its magic, and it gave voice to lyrics that sang of love, social struggles, and the spiritual teachings of Rastafarianism. Reggae was a cultural revelation speaking to the hearts and minds of its listeners. In the mid-1970s, another character emerged on the scene, roots reggae. It was a subgenre with a heavy bass line, the call of horns and percussion, and lyrics that spoke of Rastafarianism, social justice, and spiritual awakening. It was the conscience of reggae. Love's Rock offered a different perspective, a subgenre that was romantic and soulful. It beckoned lovers to dance to its tender melodies and poetic verses. Dub in the early 1970s brought a unique twist that remixed reggae tracks into instrumental wonders, showering them in reverb, echo, and other effects, taking the listener on a journey through soundscapes. Rockers, born in the mid-1970s, was the protester, the social commentator. With its commanding bass guitars and powerful drums, it sang of politics and the challenges of the world. Then came dancehall in the late 1970s. It brought speed, electronic flair, and the art of toasting, a rhythmic chanting that added a whole new dimension to reggae. Reggae was a musical college, borrowing from diverse genres and influences. It was the result of a marriage between Jamaica's folk traditions, religious drumming, mento, and dance styles like ska and rocksteady. The sultry sounds of R&B and jump blues from America also found a place in this magnificent tapestry. But reggae was more than music. It was a reflection of its time. In the tumultuous 1960s, it fused with the social activism and spiritual consciousness of Rastafarianism. The Rastafarians believed in the divine nature of Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia. Their beliefs revitalized Pan-African nationalism across the island, and reggae was their anthem. The story of reggae did not stop at the shores of Jamaica. It spread its wings and reached the far corners of the world, inspiring countless musical genres and artists. Pop acts like The Police, Culture Club, and Said borrowed from its rhythms and messages. In Jamaica, reggae was the voice of the oppressed, the heart of a nation. It became a fundamental part of Jamaican culture and found a new home in the United States through the legendary Bob Marley. Reggae transformed into an international sensation, captivating Britain, the United States, and Africa. It was more than just music. It was a movement, a message, a symbol of unity and resistance. The DJs of the 1980s and 90s refined the art of toasting, laying the foundation for the emergence of rap, hip-hop, dancehall, and ragga. These genres, like the chapters of a continuing saga, have intertwined and crossed over, both in their music and their lyrics, carrying the spirit of reggae forward into the future.